Hello guys, what's up? It's your Screwed here, and today I'll be bringing you guys a very quick video. In this video, I'll be explaining the mechanics behind auto walking for PG Sharp. I will not be going over the FGL Pro auto walking system. I'll probably do that in another video, but this video focuses mainly on PG Sharp. If you haven't gotten PG Sharp already, or if you don't know what it is, do check out my other videos. I do explain it in very much detail, and I do make monthly updated guides for FGL Pro and PG Sharp. Now, PG Sharp costs $5, and you can go find PG Sharp at their website, pgsharp.com. So we're going to be going into PG Sharp and its auto walking features, and I'm going to be showing you guys what you can do with auto walking, how you should use it, and whether or not it's safe or not. Now, first of all, we're going to be going over whether it's safe or not. Now, auto walking is something I've been using in Pokemon GO since the very beginning of spoofing. Since 2016, I've always used auto walking to hatch my eggs, unless I went out and played legit. But usually, if I needed to hatch an egg, it would be auto walking. It's very relaxing. You don't need to use much effort, and you just set your phone there, and you can go do something else. You come back, your egg is hatched. Very, very cool. And especially with the new strange eggs, 12-kilometer eggs are very hard to hatch normally. So one of the things that is very helpful in this case is auto walking, and auto walking can help you hatch those strange eggs, so you can get the rare Pokemon out of those eggs. So now that you know what auto walking is used for, now auto walking I'd say auto walking is relatively safe. It's one of those things where it's very hard to ban and track specifically, because lots of people walk normally. Walking is like a normal everyday thing. Like, people aren't going to be teleporting, obviously, so that's much more bannable and much more trackable than auto walking. So I'd say auto walking is relatively more safe than actually teleporting around the world. So if you're staying in a city, say San Francisco or something, you're spoofing your Pier 39, if you're walking everywhere, it's more believable. It's less erratic, and it becomes you look less of a spoofer. So I would say it's relatively more safe than just teleporting everywhere. So that's one of the benefits of using auto walk. Now, auto walking, of course, we're going to be looking at the UI here for PG Sharp. So as you can see, we're going to click the yellow star for PG Sharp. We're going to be clicking auto walk. There's a few things that come up. So there's POI numbers, which stands for point of interest. As you can see here, there is 1 to 268. This means there are 268 point of interests around me on the map currently. So if I zoom out from Zaragoza, you can look around, and it's pretty convincing that there are 268 points of interest. And what essentially this will do is, by inserting 268 into the box below, I will be making sure that my character walks to all 268 of these points of interest. So if I insert 268 right now, it will create a map, and if we go to map, you can see it. It will create a map for all these different points of interest, and it will show you the exact route that you will be walking. Now, of course, you won't be walking along roads, because obviously that would take a lot of time and effort to code, because you'd have to make the map actually interactable with. So very, very annoying, but it does its best to make it seem as if it's not as ridiculous. You're taking an optimal route, and it does give you, in fact, the total distance and everything. So it's something that does help with auto walking when you're spoofing. It doesn't look as ridiculous as you teleporting everywhere. They try to make it so it's slightly efficient. Anyhow, we're going to be going over the different features. So there's the GPX feature, and what you can do with the GPX feature is it's also a very good XP farm. What you would do essentially is you would find a GPX file from the internet or from my Discord or somewhere, and essentially it would be like 9,000 PokéStops, 9,000 new PokéStops in Paris or something. And you would import that file into PG Sharp, and you would make your character walk all 9,000 different stops. And what it does is it walks to those 9,000 different distinct coordinates on the map, so that you could actually just spin those PokéStops. Now, it's very efficient if you have like a gotcha on the side that can just automatically do the PokéStop spinning for you, which means you get 250 XP per PokéStop just passively, which is really, really cool. So if you're looking to grind that XP, that's something that you can look into. The GPX files, obviously, you just press this and you can go to your GPX files. Very simple. We're not going to do that right now. So yeah, of course, you can save those GPX files, and you can interact with the map in this way. Now I'm going to be going over, so as you can see, I'm walking right now, just walking around Zaragoza, hatching those eggs. I'm not hatching anything right now, but if I were to be hatching an egg, one of the things you need to pay attention to is speed. Now, the walking speed, obviously, at 60 kilometers per hour, it's pretty fast. You know, you're not going to be hatching any eggs. So the speed that I would recommend is 9.3 kilometers per hour to 12 kilometers per hour. Now, 9.3 kilometers per hour is one of the default settings for PG Sharp. As you can see, it goes from 9.3 to 18.6, 30, 60, and then back to 0. Now, at 9.3, this is probably the optimal way to hatch eggs. If you want, you can beef it up to 12 kilometers, but it's not as consistent as 9.3. Sure, 9.3 will take a little bit longer, but it's more consistent when opening eggs, and it's very useful when you're like walking a buddy or something. It's more sustained. Essentially, was what I'm trying to say. Now, there's a few things that you can actually use with Autowalk that some people may not actually know about. Obviously, if you're just interacting with the joystick and you're trying to walk around manually, you would want to walk around at 60 kilometers per hour. Just make sure you're not on cooldown when you get to the thing that you're trying to catch, or the gym you're trying to spin, or battle you're trying to do. I don't know. Make sure you're not on cooldown when you use the joystick, because at 60 kilometers per hour, you're going to be walking pretty fast across that map. If you're walking pretty fast across that map, remember that circle is ever expanding. That cooldown circle is ever expanding. And if it doesn't expand fast enough, you're on cooldown, you will get soft banned, unfortunately. So keep in mind when you do use the joystick at high speeds. At 9.3 kilometers, though, you shouldn't have to worry about any type of soft ban, because you're walking probably this speed like in real life, you know, regularly anyway. So it's like soft ban will just not apply here. So you can spin whatever PokéStop you want. You can just catch everything that you see. You can battle any gym that you see, and you'll be completely fine. Now, one thing that's actually kind of useful is there isn't this problem in PG Sharp, but other applications like FGL Pro, where sometimes if you're fighting a gym, you'll kind of go off the coordinate a little bit. If you're at a gym, you might like get some rubber banding. You might swerve to the side a little bit, and then I know there's new gym changes where you don't have to be as close to the gym to interact with it. But if you do drift off the coordinate, something that's very useful is you can actually set your speed to 0. And by setting your speed to 0, it means you just stand still no matter what. So if you accidentally touch the joystick, you're not going to move anywhere. This is actually useful for when you're like hunting a Pokemon, or when you're sniping a shiny Pokemon, right? You're shiny checking, boom, you found a shiny, but you're soft banned, so you have to sit there for 2 hours. Now, one thing that's very important, if you're sitting there for 2 hours, is if you touch that joystick and you move off that Pokemon, it will run no matter what, even after 2 hours. If you're not on the same location that you were originally, it will run after 2 hours. So make sure that you set your speed to 0 kilometers so that that Pokemon does not run after 2 kilometers, or after 2 hours rather, because if you move your joystick slightly, it will run. So keep that in mind when you're shiny hunting, something very, very important. And honestly, that's about it for me, guys. There's nothing really else to it. I will be making updated guides to FGL Pro and PG Sharp when the new month comes. Unfortunately, I haven't been making that many videos this month, these last 2 weeks, because I have had midterms and I've been very, very busy. They've been keeping me down a lot, but hopefully after the midterms are over, I should be able to make a few more videos. I should be able to get them consistently out, trying to get to 2 videos a week. That is my goal for this year, and hopefully we can get to at least 20,000 subscribers by the end of the year. That is my goal for this year. It's probably relatively reachable. Like we've gone like a ton of subscribers this month, so very, very cool. If you're a new watcher, do subscribe. If you want to support the channel, you can join as a member down below. It's like $5, and essentially you can support me there. You know, it's a direct contribution to the cause. You can subscribe. Obviously, you don't have to pay. Obviously, this is just it's completely up to you. You can subscribe. You can like the video. You can comment down below what you would like to see next, or if you have some other tips that you would like to share with the community. And you can share it with whoever you want, obviously. And you can join the Discord if you have any questions. We have almost 6,000 members in our Discord, and we are growing every day. So if you would like to join a community of spoofers or legitimate players who just like having people to interact with, to talk about Pokemon Go or Pokemon, or honestly anything at all in life, come to that Discord and we are happy to accept you. Anyway, guys, that is the end of the video from my end, and I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, wash your hands, and I'll see you in the next month. Peace out.